Hi, Phil with XenonSupply.com. Today we have a 2007 Nissan Xterra that we're going to be doing a Bi-Xenon HID installation on. Let's go ahead and pop the hood and get started. Let's take a look at the tools we'll need for this installation. Now, we're going to be using a XenonSupplyPremium Bi-Xenon HID kit. It comes with the wiring harness, the two Bi-Xenon bulbs, the two ballasts, and the instruction manual. The tools you'll be using are the 8 zip ties included in the kit for securing your ballast, a 10mm socket, preferably an extended, socket wrench, and some wire cutters. The first thing you want to do with any installation on your vehicle is remove the negative battery terminal. The reason we want to use a 10mm extended socket is because the screw is a little bit long. Go ahead and loosen, give it a tap, and it should come off. Now, I like to use some painter's tape just to cover up the connection so it doesn't come back and get you later on. And that should be good. Now, to remove the passenger side halogen bulb, you are going to see a blue connector like this. Go ahead and press down on the end of the black side and pull away. Now, this is just a wiring harness that we were using earlier. The halogen removal should be the same process. There is a retaining ring here that you need to turn counterclockwise and remove before you can remove the halogen bulb. Let's take a look at the wiring harness that we're going to be using with the automotive relay to connect your Bi-Xenon HID kit. Now, the automotive relay has all the connections coming out of it. There's a 30 amp fuse that you need to connect in line to the battery terminal. The rest of the connections, this side here is the passenger side. There is a ground terminal that needs to be plugged into the chassis, which I'll show you later. The 9007 style plug that goes into your stock wiring harness. The Bi-Xenon signal wires, and the wire that goes to your ballast. Now, for the driver's side, there's a little bit less. Because your signal is coming from the passenger side headlight, you don't need one on the driver's side. All you need to do is connect the Bi-Xenon signal, ballast, and a connection to the chassis for the grounding wire. Let's go ahead and set this up. The first thing we need to do is connect the positive terminal that connects in line with the 30 amp fuse. Now, there should be a plastic cover over your positive terminal. Pull it up and away, it should pop off. And there's an accessory bolt right here that you can use to connect. Take the 10mm socket, loosen it, and it should come off. You can then place this on top and put the nut back on. Let's go ahead and tighten this. Now that that's connected, we can go ahead and get the connection set as well as the grounding wire set on the passenger side. You'll be taking the set of wires that are shortest in length and bringing them over to the passenger side. Now, the grounding wire will be connecting to a chassis bolt right here, if you can see. It is a 10mm bolt and should come out with the socket wrench. Okay, now that we have the bolt removed, go ahead and place the new lead on. Attach it back to the original chassis wire. And screw it back in. Should be able to tighten it from here. Now that the grounding wire is done on the passenger side, we can go ahead and connect the automotive relay to your factory harness. Let's take a look here. This does come with an H13 connector. It should go directly in line with the black side here. Just go ahead and press it in, wait for that snap, make sure it's firm. Now we can go ahead with the grounding wire on the driver's side. The connection is going to be made, if you can see, right here, where the air filter is coming out, right at the bottom there. Take your 10mm socket and loosen the nut. Now that you have the grounding bolt out, you can go ahead, connect it to the grounding wire from the HID kit, and plug it back in where it came from. Make sure to tighten it back up securely. And this wire should be set. We're going to now place the premium ballast inside the chassis. The easiest way to get this done is to use the zip ties that we supply. Press them into like a U shape. And for the passenger side, we are going to be mounting it to a wire bundle that goes across the chassis against the wall. Now you should be able to see it right here. It will take some patience to get the zip ties through and to tighten them. We have the premium ballast now mounted against the wiring harness. There are two zip ties holding it in place. We can move on to the driver's side. The driver's side is a little bit easier to access. Same method, using the zip ties. We're going to be using the wiring harness running along the chassis, just like the passenger side, right here. It's a good spot to put it. It's nice and secure. I'm going to go ahead and do this, and then we'll show you how to put the bulbs in.